Hello, and welcome to episode 107 of the Video Game Choo Choo podcast. I am your host, John. With me this week, as always, is Michael.
Hi.
And we have Devin here this week.
Hello, I am back.
Yes, thank you for being back, Devin.
I try.
Yeah, you've been trying, and now you finally succeeded, so how does that feel?
I don't know too many successes in my life to compare this to. I'm used to just failing, so I'll let
Jesus
you know.
Christ! What? Be positive, man! You're on the Video Game Choo Choo podcast. What's better than this?
Anything. Jet skiing, watching trash cans fuck, like a good bowl of ice cream, Kalisto winning the United States Championship.
You're just describing DJ Khaled's Snapchat right now.
No, that's worse than being on this podcast.
I don't know. It seems pretty fun.
For him.
Sure. Well, his maid got paid.
That's true. I don't know. I mean, I read an interview on Rolling Stone with Rick Ross where he talked about like what happened the time that Khaled got lost on his jet ski.
It's really weird to hear you say on Rolling Stone and not in Rolling Stone, and that made me realize I'm like of a generation where there wasn't internet.
Yeah,
it's really weird.
It was on the Rolling Stone website.
Ugh.
But yeah, like the way that Rick Ross explained it, like DJ Khaled just showed up at his house randomly because I guess Rick Ross lives on an island, and Khaled just shows up. He eats some of Rick Ross's food, and then Rick Ross like leaves his house to go do something for a little bit, and then when he comes back, Khaled's just gone, and that's when he got lost.
Oh, they're like an episode of The Hangover or something.
The Hangover Part 4, DJ Khaled getting lost on a jet ski. Oh man, I would watch that movie. I would watch a like dramatic reinterpretation of DJ Khaled getting lost at sea. I would watch anything about DJ Khaled's life. That guy is a fucking enigma.
Tom Hanks would play him.
All right, sure, okay.
I don't like any of this.
I don't know. So, friends, what? Let's talk about the video games. We're a week or 2 or 3. We're like 3 weeks actually. We're like halfway done with this
year.
month.
We're done with the year. It's July.
We're almost done with the year.
Really weird.
No, we're like 3 weeks into the year already. This is crazy. We're almost done with the month. God. But so I think it's finally time to admit that we need to give up and that video games are over.
Yep.
That was quick.
But no, yeah, you know, it's just too much for me.
Just turn in your amiibos now. Just burn them all.
Oh hell no! I just got another one. I can't get rid of it now. Get rid of them now. What? I got Shuffle Knight. It's so nice. It's such a nice amiibo. It's nice. All right. We need to not talk about amiibos. But no. Let's catch up with you, Devin, since you haven't been on in a bit. What have you been playing lately?
So I've been splitting my time between 2 titles.
Yes.
I re-bought Borderlands: The Handsome Collection because I talked so well of it that I sold myself again. And then I also picked up Disgaea 5.
Okay.
And I've been having a lot of fun with that because it's a tactics game, and I've loved tactics games since Final Fantasy Tactics. So I was kind of worried at the beginning. It was really, really easy, kind of tutorializing. I wish I could have skipped all of that. But 6 missions in, I got wiped out. So I'm like, all right, this is a tactics game. I need to grind a little bit and hire some new people. And yeah, it's really fun. It's a really cute art style. The characters are super stocky, like really stocky. Like the main girl does the Oji-san laugh, and one of the guys, he says "super" around everything. And all he does is talk about his muscles. He does have a lot of muscles though, so I'll give him that much. But those have been the 2 majors pretty much.
All right. Is there anything else you want to talk about in regards to Disgaea? Because I don't know. I'm in a very will they won't they relationship with Disgaea. I keep like trying to play it here and there.
Are you Ross or Rachel?
Oh, I'm definitely Ross in this situation because you know. Actually, I couldn't tell you because I don't know anything about Friends.
Were you
I feel
on
like
a
you
break?
could pull off the Rachel cut though.
Okay, I guess I'm Rachel then. But no, I don't know. Like I keep like trying Disgaea games, and yeah, like a lot of the stuff that you talked about right there, the characters and the writing, I like. But then when I try to actually play those games, there is just so much in them, and then in every consecutive game they add more and more. It's so overwhelming, and I feel like that game is very much you are not going to touch another game for like 3 months.
Yeah, it's very dense, but I've never felt like it is all encompassing like a lot of those other games, because like you can do 1 or 2 missions in about 30 to 45 minutes. You can skip all the cutscenes if you start getting bored with them, which I do pretty consistently. And like, yeah, there's like little mini dungeons you can go into. There's the item dungeons, so you can like upgrade your items and level them up. You can unlock new classes and stuff. It's pretty well paced. Like, you don't have to sink 13 hours into it. You can honestly pick it up for a couple of hours, move ahead like halfway through a chapter, and then put it down. Like, I can see it being addicting. It's a good tactics game. You know, you get really entrenched into your classes and stuff. But you know, I've never had a problem with putting this one down. Quite like the Final Fantasy Tactics remake, which was so frustrating and hard that it took hours and hours to progress.
Yeah, like, I think the best experience I ever had with the Disgaea game was the Vita version of Disgaea 4, just because, you know, it was on a handheld. And
yeah.
That just translates really well.
Yeah, that's
And
really
was a
good
way
for
to play
pick
it.
up and play, like if you're on a bus or something. I think that's the last portable one they made. They've been talking about possibly a portable version of this one, but there's so much to this one. I don't know how they do it. In the PS4 version, you can have 100 characters on screen versus the usual 10.
Oh boy.
So I haven't seen it get. The most I've seen right now is, I believe, 35. But I get the feeling towards the last chapter it's just going to be like dense as all get out, and I'm half excited, half scared for that, because I don't know if I'm going to be able to handle 50 people attacking me at once.
That does sound like a little bit much, but, you know. I'm sure you'll figure it out, Devin.
I hope so.
Mm-hmm. All right, well, is there anything else you want to talk about? Any good times that you had over the holiday?
I saw Star Wars twice. That was fun.
Okay. I think we all saw Star Wars twice. Michael, how many times did you see Star Wars?
Twice.
Fuck, okay then. Good. That's a good movie.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Take it from me, everybody. Maybe take some time out this weekend and go treat yourself to see Star Wars. You know, if you feel like it.
So few people have.
Yeah, you know, it's this little indie movie. Nobody's really heard about it, but you know, it's got a neat hook.
About time that made some money.
Yeah, you know, it's the little engine that could of movies. Michael,
Hi.
what you been playing?
Oh, so much.
Oh,
So much.
yeah, like
Yeah, and they're all current. Like,
Great.
they all came out within the last, day or two.
shit. Okay,
Yeah, you ready?
Yeah.
I don't I don't want to brag, but I bet you've never even heard of it.
Okay,
All
what is
right,
it?
you
What's the
ready?
name?
You sure?
Yeah. Yes.
Civilization 5.
The fuck is that?
Whoa.
Yeah, I've just been playing a lot of Civ 5. I don't know why.
All right, I mean that's a good game.
Yeah.
Oh, I know why. Because it's very fun to pick up and play. You just
One more
go
turn.
in. Yeah, like, one more turn, please. There's like 400 more turns. I do this pretty often, too, to where, like, I'll get so bored of other games, I'll just load up Civ 5, hit random on a bunch of stuff. I always pick Oda Nobunaga, and then just go. Just watch the world burn.
Yeah.
should-
It's just been doing that over and over again.
We should stream some Civ 5 sometime.
Sure.
That
You guys
sounds like
have
a
fun with
really-
that. My computer would catch fire if I tried doing that. I play on the lowest settings right now.
I mean, you could just join in. You don't have to be running the stream. I'll one of us will actually stream it out. You just
Oh.
got to be in the game.
Yeah, I can shoutcast it, or we can do like a hot seat mode or something.
I mean, whatever. We'll figure something out.
Yeah.
You could just tell me where your stuff is, and then I'll just go visit it and just be like, all right, let's check up on Devin real quick.
Sure. Like, that sounds very, very beneficial to me. Like, all right, here's where my main base is. All right, I'm going to set up some defenses here. Also, here's my resources. I trust you, John. I trust you.
I mean, maybe we could do something where it's like the contest is whoever can get like a science victory first or something like that. Like we don't do war or anything. We just do battle with our wits.
Yeah. No war.
Yeah, Michael says, but he's just gonna like build up like a huge army while all of us are like riding around in chariots and shit. He's gonna drop nukes on us.
War.
You're gonna download the Mother Base Metal Gear mod.
And you can have the Undertale one.
I was gonna say, yeah, I'll do the Undertale one.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I call the Mass Effect mod.
It's pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't.
Yeah.
That's like when I got this PC, which was granted like I don't know 3 or 4 years ago. I kind of got it so that I could play Civ 5. And it's my most played game on Steam, somewhere around 200 and something hours, probably close to 300.
I just hit 240 recently.
Yeah, it's just something you can kind of do while watching Netflix or listening to like the Steve Austin podcast or any number of things. So I've just kind of been doing that. But other than that, I kind of taken a step back from video games. Like I play ones that I like to just play, like that I can just shut my mind off to. Like I've been playing a little bit of Madden. I've been playing a little bit of NBA 2K15. Like just something I can put in and play and pause and walk away from for 30 minutes. And then if I come back and hit start again, it's like, oh yeah, it's the third quarter. Great. All right. Like I don't need to really think about it or read subtitles or anything. Or look up what quest or inventory items I have. It's just, oh no, I hit the one more turn. So, I like doing that from time to time.
Yeah.
I've also been playing. Hold on, I gotta hit start on my phone. I close that up. Nico Atsume.
Oh.
Hold on, let me start this up here.
Have you met Tubbs yet?
I have not met Tubbs. I'm going to read out some of the special cats I've met. Ow, I can't. I just held my phone up to my ear and hit my headphones. Hold on. I gotta take photos of these cats. That's
Just
Spots.
share them with the world.
There's
So,
Spots. Hold on. All right, Snowball's sleeping. Spots is on top of it. What's Pumpkin up to? Pumpkin's batting that thing. Hold on, I gotta go to my cat book. Oh no, I gotta
mine
go.
up too, so
I gotta go to the album. I don't have many cats. I do have Ramsey the Great and Joe DiMaggio.
Yeah, he's a classic.
Yeah.
Let's see here. I've got Bandit, Marshmallow, Socks, Lexi, Bolt, Breezy, Misty, Pickles, Pepper, Patches, Gozer. Yeah, I've got Joe DiMaggio. I've got
Gozerian?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Like, I guess this time around, instead of thinking of a fluffy puff marshmallow man, it's a cat. And then I got Saint Pertrick. A little early, but you know.
Racist.
Excuse me. You take it up with the cat. I've got Conductor Whiskers.
Conductor Whiskers.
Yeah, Tubbs showed up. I've got Mr. Meowgie. Now that's racist.
Tubbs showed up. I want a tattoo that says Tubbs showed up.
That's just what I say when I enter a room at all times.
Just like, I want it on my lower back. Tubbs showed up.
Tubbs showed up.
Tubbs showed up. I want it on I want a T-shirt that says that and an arrow pointing down.
God.
Yeah, get that right next to your Big Boss shirt.
God, you need to cease and desist.
That's all I've been playing. I haven't been playing much else.
Okay.
Hey, John.
Hi, that's me.
What have you been playing? And what video games have you been playing? Hey, John. What video games have you been playing in the past week?
Okay, I'll tell you.
Why are you a pirate?
I don't
I'll tell you. I will.
Aye, matey.
All right, look here.
Okay, so I won't talk about it because we've talked about it like 300 million times on the podcast, but I played some more of The Witcher. That game is still good. But the game that I played a lot recently, and it's really weird that I have been, but, you know, I went out and got Kingdom Hearts 1.5. I don't know why. Like,
The siren call of Utada Hiraku, or Is it Hikaru? It's out of Hikaru.
I don't know.
Simple and Clean. I love that song.
It's a good song, but
It calls me every time.
look, I'm gonna be real with y'all. It's just okay. That game is okay.
No shit.
The first one is really, really muggy at times.
What it comes in Kingdom Hearts 1.5 besides like a piece of paper with a drawing of someone flipping you off?
Man, I wish I got that in my
Mickey Mouse is saying, "Oh, fuck you." Oh, gosh, Mickey, you shouldn't do that.
You made a bad idea there, kid.
Stop.
Okay. But no, so 1.5, it comes with Kingdom Hearts Final Mix, which is the special edition of Kingdom Hearts 1 that never came out over here, but now it's here. And then it comes with Kingdom Hearts Recoded, which is the PS2 remake of the Game Boy Advance game that you use cards in your battling. It's like Metal Gear Acid.
Hold on.
Yes.
What game is Kingdom Hearts 1.5 for?
PS3.
So, one of the games included is a PS3 remake of a PS2 remake of a Game Boy Advance game.
Yes.
It gets worse. There's
Fuck.
a mobile game.
Okay, no. Yeah, okay, so because it was on the DS, they couldn't get the actual gameplay for it, so they just have all the cutscenes from, I think it's 358 over 2? That's what that game's called. It's Kingdom Hearts 358 over 2 days. That's what it's called.
And you get trophies for that, right?
I don't know. I haven't touched that yet because I'm gonna play through Kingdom Hearts 1, and then I might try Recoded just to see what's up with it.
It's a fun little card battle game.
Okay. I mean, I don't know if I'll play all the way through because I mean, who cares? But
It's long. It's very long.
oh fuck! All right, maybe I won't because I don't know. I kind of just want to get to 2 because like I have a lot of friends who like Kingdom Hearts, and they just keep telling me you could have really just skipped straight to 2.
You would have been massively confused, though. There's a lot of things that they reference, and a lot of like there's encyclopedia stuff that explains it, but you kind of have to see it to believe it. Like all the factions and all the like.
As
it's
someone
like
who read the Wikipedia and went through and looked at what games contained what, unless he played every single one of those games in order of release, it took notes, and was crazy, there is absolutely no way he will understand everything that is going on.
I doubt that I will grasp everything that happens in that game. But I don't know. I'm strangely interested in like reviewing Kingdom Hearts 3. And I just kind of wanted to give it a shot because I got this game I got this one for $20, and 2.5 is also $20. So that's a lot of game for $40, and I just wanted to try it out. You know, I wanted to see what the fuss was about. But yeah, like and also a thing that I do is that even though people say, "Oh, you could skip this one," I like to play the games in order so I could see how they got better. Like I did that with Mass Effect. Like a lot of people told me that, "Oh, you could like Mass Effect 1's a good game, but just like 2 is the one that's the like one of the best games ever. Just play 2." And I was like, I want to see how it gets better. And it made me appreciate 2 more. So that's why I'm playing through 1. I'm going to finish Kingdom Hearts 1, and then I'm going to go out and get 2.5. Because that one has Kingdom Hearts 2, and then it has Birth by Sleep, which a lot of people have told me I personally will really like Birth by Sleep, because it's more of a character action game. Like, it's more like combo and, like, action-oriented.
Yeah, and there's also different characters that you can play instead of just, like, one branch. So there's kind of options and stuff, and there's all sorts of different spells and stuff. And, I think you'd appreciate it.
Yeah, like Birth by Sleep is the one that I'm actually, like, looking forward to playing. Like, 2, I mean, I don't know. Like, I don't want to make it sound like I'm hating my time with this game. Because I've played a good amount of it. I don't know, there's a lot about this first game that I could complain about, like, all the gummy ship shit, oh my god, like, is the gummy ship in 2? Because if it is, I'm gonna take a dump.
So it is, but they made it a lot easier, and they also made it a lot less necessary. You still have to do it to unlock, like, the worlds.
The worlds.
But, like, it's a much better on rails experience. Like making the ships, they have a bunch of like pre-made ships that do just fine. Honestly,
Okay.
there's the auto lock on is a lot better. I don't remember if the first one has a lock on. Does it?
I don't think it does.
So-
At least I haven't, because there's some like parts and shit that maybe that might unlock.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
I just
don't know.
remember
It's not fun. Like if it
Yeah.
was fun, I'd be fine with it. It's just not fun.
that first version was bad. I remember the second one being better, but still kind of like, all right, let's go. Like most of the missions, unless you're getting into the extra ones just for the sake of it, are relatively short. Like I think they were like 5 to 10 minutes at the most. So you're in and out.
Yeah, I mean, like this, like all it reminds me of is like I feel like the people that made Kingdom Hearts and Hideki Kamiya both really like Space Harrier, and Hideki Kamiya like actually worked with Sega so he could just do Space Harrier basically in Bayonetta, but in Kingdom Hearts they were like, we have to make something that's kind of like Space Harrier but not exactly, and then they just fucked it up. So, you know, that's why and that's why Bayonetta is better than Kingdom Hearts. There you go. That's my official stance right there. But
Boy, I'm glad that we got that out of the way.
yes. But no, it's okay. It's an alright game. I mean, I'm not gonna like be like, go run out and pick it up now. But you know, like I don't know. I'm having an alright time with it. But I'm looking forward more to 2 and Birth by Sleep.
2 was one of my favorite games of all time back on the PS2. But a caveat to that, I was 14 when it came out.
I mean, that's what pretty much everyone's told me. Like, they're all just like, yeah, I played this when I was like in middle school, so take it with a grain of salt. And I'm just like, all right, whatever.
Yeah, but I picked it back up. Like I picked up the final mix, and it still felt really fine. I mean, the pacing is kind of crazy at the beginning, but it still holds up. I feel, especially when they revamped the graphics, and it was nice to be able to play a bunch of the games I didn't get to play back then. Like I didn't have a 3DS or like a mobile phone that could play the mobile game.
Yeah, like I don't know. I just think it's interesting, like going to these games as someone who, I played a little bit of them when I was younger, but I didn't get very far at all because I remember when I was younger I tried to play 2 first. And it was fun, but then I was like, oh, I should play the first one, and then to understand the story. And I started playing the first one, and the camera in that game is fucking garbage! It's still garbage in this game. It's bad. The camera in that game is really bad. And you get used to it after a while, and it's not that big of a deal after you finish the Wonderland segment. Like, the Alice in Wonderland world is the pits. Just that boss in that level is fucking dreadful, and I hate it, and it's, oh my god. But after that, I had, like, no problems. Like, I don't know, I'm doing pretty well in the game. Like, I beat the shit, I felt pretty good about beating the shit out of the guy from Tarzan. That was pretty good.
Yeah, he's on top of a lion, and he uses potions and stuff.
Nah, he's on top of a chameleon. And, like, the reason why I got this game, funnily enough, is because I watched because Awesome Games Done Quick was last week, and I watched a Kingdom Hearts speedrun, and for some reason I was just like, man, I want to play this game. So I kind of got the strategy for beating that guy from Awesome Games Done Quick, because if you hit him in a certain way, he falls off of the chameleon, and you can basically just like hit him into a corner and just whoop him, and he can't do anything. So I beat him in like 2 minutes, when it's supposed to be like this really long fight. That was fun.
We need to stop talking about Kingdom Hearts.
Okay. All right. I guess we...
You're draining my life energy.
I'm sorry.
So if you want to unlock the 2 becomes 1, here's what you got to do.
I mean, I don't know. I don't know what that means, but okay.
Don't worry about it.
All right. I don't know. I'm just kind of I'm just going by the seat of my pants. Like, I'm just kind of letting everything happen, basically. I'm just like, oh, I can unlock something here? All right, whatever. Like, I'm not like looking at walkthroughs or anything. I'm just like, all right, I'll go do this. It's fun. It's okay. But yeah, that's kind of all I've been playing. We're starting to do. I will mention that we're starting to get some review copies for stuff, but like as a site. But it's just starting to happen. So we'll be talking about new games soon. But not right now.
Nope, next week is more Kingdom Hearts. Maybe we'll bring up The Witcher again. I can play even older games than Civ 5. Don't worry about it. We can get there.
Yeah, let's just by the end of the year, let's just purely talk about Atari games.
All right. Yo, that in television.
Oh man.
Yo, dog, SimCity 2000. Heck of a game, yeah.
I could talk about SimCity 2000 for several podcasts.
Okay, let's do that next week.
All right.
All right, so shall we move on to the news then?
Urban Renewal Kit. What's
All
up?
right, yeah, we each have a news article here. Who wants to go first?
You're in charge of this thing. You're in charge of this uncontrollable. You're this runaway train.
Okay, Michael, how about you go first?
Is this punishment for me telling you that you're in charge?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Esports.
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 It's in the gate. Wait.
ESPN. Esports.
Yes.
Disney would like to do esports. And they're going to do it with ESPN.
Mm-hmm.
ESPN launched, well, not their own website, their own section of their website that's up right now called ESPN Esports, where they are covering esports. They have all kinds of videos of League of Legends matches. They have team report cards. They have a guide, like an intro guide to League. They have a guy by the name of Rob Breslau, whose name I'm sure I'm mispronouncing, who, if you don't know, I believe used to play esports, and then was with On Gamers before that blew up into like a dumpster fire, and then now he's with ESPN, which is kind of crazy if you think about. This is a guy who played esports, then started writing about esports and talking about esports, and now he's an ESPN anchor.
It's pretty wild.
Yeah. ESPN also says that they're going to try to broadcast games on Twitch. I don't know if... I assume that means that they will have games running and then, talk over them like a typical ESPN game would. But that's kind of crazy that ESPN now has a dedicated section to its website of just video games. Mm-hmm. And this, of course, comes... not long. I think it was last Tuesday that Activision announced that they bought all of MLG except for MLG, and that they would become, as Bobby Kotick probably now even more funnily put it, the ESPN of esports. So,
oops.
2016 is not the year of VR. It's the year that esports is real. It's kind of crazy.
Yeah, they're pretty soon. They're just going to drop the E. It's just going to be a sport. That's pretty wild.
Yeah, I hate that term. I hate the esports term. Electronic sports. That's such a dumb term.
I kind of like it because it's something to turn your nose up as you say it, you know. But now I guess that it's legitimate. We kind of have to start it's going to be D-sports now, digital sports.
No, I can say esports with disdain for the next 20 years. I'm fine with that. Just like Let's Play.
Congratulations.
It's a fucking shit term.
You're ready to be an ESPN esports reporter then.
Yeah, I'm fine with that. That was one of the things when I was reading this. I forget what site it was. I want to say Kotaku's. They linked to the Twitter backlash when ESPN2 showed Heroes of the Storm. So it'll be interesting to see how, if this is a move to get more video games on television. To me, from a business standpoint, if you are ESPN, you don't want video games on TV because that doesn't fucking matter, because that's not where people are watching them. You want to have your space. You want to have your place to broadcast, talk about, host video, and get people to come to. And there are a few spots on the internet to go look up, esports news, but there's no spot. There's no... for the longest time, there are two sites, IGN and GameSpot. That was it. And now it's diversified a bit. But really, if you look at, by traffic, it's still IGN, GameSpot, and maybe Kotaku. But, it's still those top two. There's no esports equivalent of that.
Yeah.
And if ESPN wants to take its failing and dropping and bottoming out cable subscription numbers and shore up money somewhere else... they need to switch their entire operation to the internet. And a great way to do that and to figure that out and to tap into a market that's not giving a shit about what they do already it's esports. So I don't think their website looks that good. I haven't liked ESPN's website since the last one. I didn't like the last one either. But if you look at it, it's interesting, and I'm curious to see what this looks like by the end of the year. Right now they are really just covering League of Legends, Dota 2, and Hearthstone. Like if you go to the website, there are 3 tabs, and those are the 3 tabs. That's a little disappointing, but they have. I think it was Rob Blaslow's, who's I'm sure I've now mispronounced that name twice now. His Twitter was talking about how he would want to do shooters and Call of Duty and all kinds of stuff. So
I'm sure it'll be pretty easy for them to start covering FPS games, but the fighting game community is not a mess, but just there are so many different personalities and so many different people that would want to get a cut of that. And would also, a lot of them would probably not want it to be like so regulated that that it would be very hard to get like Street Fighter or anything on there. Like Evo is already Evo. They're not going to want ESPN presents Evo. Like they will fight against that until the last breath. And you
say that, but ESPN's got that Skrilla, so
you're right. But at the same time, I don't know. Like those. The fighting game community has like such a weird sense of pride.
They like being homegrown. They like being kind of still a close-knit community. They're still self-made.
Like I don't know. We'll see. I think maybe eventually, but I think they will be the last to join.
Also, ever. Like no offense to the fighting game community, I love watching Evo and all those many other tournaments.
Yeah.
I want to go to CEO because that sounds dope, but they're nothing compared to League of Legends and Dota.
Oh, sure.
You're right.
But they're nothing. And that sounds harsh. But that's not being hyperbolic.
No, that's from the business perspective. They don't.
Esports makes, and probably if you just include League of Legends and Dota 2, probably near $500 million. Just in the esports part, not in the, how much does Valve make from it? Like, excluding that, it makes $500 million.
Yeah, like Evo, they rent out whatever they rent out, but
like a hotel room. It looks like a hotel room, like meeting or I can't think. Like a convention,
like a big convention center thing.
Yeah.
But like, they have to rent out stadiums for Dota.
Yes.
Like literal actual stadiums,
and
they like
some of that is hype. Like some of that is, well, Valve is running that, so of course they're gonna say we rented out a fucking stadium.
Yeah,
and same with League of Legends. That's the big kind of sticking point right now is League and Dota. Their esports scene is very much run by those companies. And can ESPN just kind of come in? Will those companies let ESPN come in and have their own announce table, or will they let them take over the announce table? I don't think ESPN is like aggressive enough to say we want our own stuff. I think that could be a deal that's made where, as long as you say the word Valve 6 times every minute, you can do this Dota stuff. Like, how long? I don't think it'll be very long before you see ESPN, their own anchors, doing League stuff and doing Dota stuff, and seeing the ESPNification of esports like you see in an NFL football game or like anything else that's on ESPN. I think that's the future esports. I don't think fighting games... I think fighting games are simplistic enough and one-on-one enough, and sort of everyone can kind of understand that guy has to get that guy's health bar down. He has to do it twice. He wins. I don't think shooters have the money behind them.
Oh, absolutely not. Like
shooters have been trying for over a decade, and it's not just one game. And you're talking Counter-Strike, which is backed by Valve. You're talking Halo, backed by Bungie and Microsoft. You're talking Call of Duty, backed by Activision, and they can't get that off the ground. This little guy makes League of Legends and is its own entity now.
It's really hard to convey shooters in a like in a tournament setting because there's so many different factors and there's not
Yeah.
an easy way to show that. And B, I mean, Counter-Strike is fairly successful in that regard for what it is, but yeah, like I don't know, like I just feel like if they're going to start streaming stuff that isn't MOBAs, I think shooters are going to be before fighting games because shooters are so like desperate for that. You know, they like you see Counter-Strike players, you see, you know, Call of Duty and Halo players. They are fucking ready, willing, and able to do that shit.
Well, it's also because I think a lot of those shooters have teams and sort of the trappings that is in current Dota and StarCraft and League. Like those trappings exist in shooting. You don't see that as much in fighting games.
They do have them in fighting games.
I don't think it's like prevalent.
It's I wouldn't say that it's not prevalent. I would just say that in a sense it's not really as important.
Yeah.
Because you'll see guys from different crews going up against each other and stuff. Like, it's not really because those games aren't team-based, so it's just like, okay, as long as one of you guys wins, we'll figure something out, you know, stuff like that. I'm
really curious to see what this all turns into.
Yeah, me too. Like, I know that they have I think it's like a Counter-Strike show. It's going to be on like TBS or something, right? If I remember correctly.
I remember seeing that headline. I didn't click on it because I was scared.
Yeah, so I don't know. I think esports as a thing is going to be pretty prevalent on TV soon.
It's so weird because like every time you'd see an esports headline of like people taking this seriously, or even like a huge Dota tournament or a League tournament, or I think there was just a Smite tournament the other week, you would see stuff like Evolve. And you just you see somebody trying really hard to be esports, or you see, I can't think of the name of those two kind of MOBA-like shooters, the one from Gearbox.
Battleborn is
and
the
Overwatch.
Gearbox one, and Overwatch, yes.
Yeah, and you see stuff like that where you're like, that could be good, but it very much is esports marketed. And you look at that stuff and you're like, yeah, but I bet two of those are going to fail, and one's Blizzard, so that'll do all right. And then you see stuff like League or Hearthstone just kind of, and I say this in my news piece, just kind of develop, and like all of a sudden, like, wait, Hearthstone? People watch that? And it's like, yeah, hundreds of thousands of people watch Hearthstone. Nobody gave a fuck about Evolve, but Hearthstone. And nobody gave a fuck about Brink, which did this years ago. Who bought Brink? Did you buy Brink? If you're listening at home and you bought Brink, hit me up on Twitter. It's FinalDOS at Twitter. Let's play some Brink.
I mean, we got a message that we can read later that specifically says that they did not buy Brink, so...
That fucker. Whatever. I thought you guys were fans. Call yourself fans.
How dare you not have my tastes exactly.
Exactly. That's esports. Esports is a thing. It's official.
Yep.
2016, the year of esports.
We're here, baby.
Let's think of a different name for it.
God. All right, Devin.
Yeah.
What's your news thing?
So we spoke briefly... excuse me. Let's cut this part out.
No.
Nope, let's leave it in now.
Yeah. We spoke briefly on Valve in that last piece, and...
Did we speak briefly about it?
Yeah, we spoke briefly about it.
Stop being mean.
I can't help it.
I earned that one. And the head writer for the Half-Life series, Mark Laidlaw, has left Valve. So anyone who thought that Half-Life 3 is happening is now questioning everything again, because anytime something to do with Valve happens, everyone goes, but what about Half-Life 3? Like, don't worry about it. This guy's probably already done all of the writing anyway, or they could probably figure it out themselves. Mm-hmm. But that was kind of the first major departure, and then not far after that, Leslie Benzies, the head producer over at Rockstar North, has decided to leave there. Now, that is the guy who has been executive producer since GTA 3, right?
Yeah, I don't know if he was with the company before that, but he's been
he was. He's been with them since 1999. The first game he worked on was Space Station Silicon Valley. Yeah. The N64. So he was with Rockstar North before it was Rockstar North.
Yeah.
So he put in about 16 or 17 years. Now, he took a year sabbatical and then said, I think I kind of like this not working thing, so I'm just going to keep doing that. And just dipped. Which, good on him after 15, 16 years of work. Like, he's seen some of the biggest releases come out of that studio, and, you know, Rockstar is a big thing, but Rockstar North has kind of been the name for Rockstar recently, especially with GTA 5. So it's kind of interesting to see that he took a step back after GTA 5, and now it's in other people's hands. It's going to be interesting to see what the future looks like without this guy who's been pretty much integral to running things. Not only from an executive point, but he's also a main developer.
Yeah, like, I mean...
I have to imagine by now there's a solid pipeline at Rockstar of producing those kinds of games.
Oh, sure. They can probably pump it out.
Yeah, so I can't, like... I don't want to understate his addition to those games. I don't know what it was. I have to imagine it was rather immense.
Yeah.
But even like casual fans of video games could probably describe GTA, like the themes of it, what it feels like. So, you know, they have 15 years of modern GTA, because what, GTA 3 came out like 2000? That's a long time, and that's a very long lineage to kind of lean back on and get ideas off of. And then there's like little stuff in between, like Red Dead. So it's sad to see him go, but, you know, it's been 15 years of GTA for him. Like, I'd want to fucking bounce too. I'd be like, yeah, hey guys, that vacation was great.
Let's make it forever.
Yeah, I'm gonna stay on it. Oh, I can't stay on vacation, and you guys want me to work on Bully 2 or Red Dead Redemption 2? Well, have fun. See you
Tear
later.
up my contract right now. Here you go, guys. Peace.
Yep.
See ya.
Didn't we... What was the story about Half-Life 3? That was on Reddit, wasn't it?
I think there was an alternate reality game, kind of, or like people were following something on forums.
There was a supposed leak about Half-Life 3 that got posted to Reddit, and it got like immediately deleted. So people were like, oh, maybe it's real. It was basically just saying like, oh, it's gonna happen, and it's really big, and there's a lot of not pre-generated, but what's the term?
Like Minecraft. But not quite like Minecraft.
Procedurally generated.
Yeah.
There's like a bunch of procedurally generated like dialogue and shit like that. So I don't know.
Yeah, that read really weird. That did not read like somebody who was trying to say, "Hey guys," because he claimed to be a part of Valve.
Yeah.
That did not read as somebody who's trying to claim that they were a part of Valve and like hurriedly typing all this up. It read like it done Reddited. Yeah, it done Reddited like some guy who was like making it up. So
you went from Southern to like Southern Cali.
We're going back to Cali.
I don't think so.
I want to.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go to Cali.
Beat up the
guy who won the Powerball.
Yeah. Sure. Well, you got to go to like 5 or 6 different states if you want to get them all.
One right here in Florida, so we'll start here. 1 in Tennessee, so we got like 2 out of 3.
We got shooters in every state, son. Let's go.
Check them out.
Jesus, let's not threaten people on our podcast.
Oh, I thought that's what we did.
No, we need to be nice on here because what if one of the people listening won the Powerball and they want to help out Chooch?
Then they can buy Brink for like less than $3.
That's true. Yeah. If you won the Powerball, spend 3 of that like $1 billion. On a copy of Brink and play with Michael.
It might be like $6 on Amazon. I don't know, but whatever you buy, I'll match it and buy the same copy. So don't worry about it.
There you go. Yeah,
you and I can play some Brink.
Yeah, there you go. It's a good idea.
Half-Life 3 is never coming out.
Nope.
Yeah.
So who cares?
There was a really similar like Reddit post about Beyond Good and Evil 2. So take that for what you will. That game is also not coming out.
I think when The Last Guardian actually showed up, I think that gave people hope. I think our job should be to take away that hope.
Yeah,
absolutely.
I think every time one of those games is actually announced and releases, they have to latch on to the next one. So it's just like, well, let's just get ready to
let's put it this way: the last one that did that was Duke Nukem Forever.
Yeah.
Set the bar high.
And now let's stop talking about Duke Nukem.
Oh, that would have been a really good segue.
Yep, it would have.
It would have been.
Too bad.
Right, well, I'm not allowed to talk about the Duke Nukem thing that happened this week.
Nope.
So instead, I'm going to talk about the Hitman thing that happened this week.
That's a slight upgrade.
Yeah. So, a couple days ago, a bunch of pre-orders for that new Hitman game started on the PlayStation Store all got canceled, and people were really worried about that. They were like, "Oh no, are they canceling this game? They doing something weird with this game?" Oh boy. Let's keep going. So, are they doing something strange with this game here? But it turns out that they are, just not, they're not canceling it. Everyone was worried that it was getting canceled, but it's instead being turned into an episodic game. The first release will be on March 11th, and it will include a prologue and the Paris location. And they're going to be adding a new location every month with new missions and in an episodic format. They said that there will also be weekly live events and additional content. The first base game will cost $15, and each update will be $10. You could buy the full experience for $60, or just wait until the end of the year for a disc version. And there's also an upgrade pack for $50, which I guess that's all the missions all at once. If you just spend the $15 on the base game and want the rest of it all together later.
I think it's like a season pass or something.
Sure.
I don't know. I read it and I didn't understand all of it.
So I guess the most cost efficient way to buy this game would just be to wait for the end of the year. But
I think the most, if you wanted to spend $60, I think if you spend the 15 or 10 to get it, and then the 50 will get you everything that goes on the disc. So if you don't want to wait for the disc, you can spend 60 and get the whole thing.
Yeah.
Are they banking on people buying that first one and then going, "Oh, I'm hooked," and buying that $50? Or because I feel like most people are gonna say, "No, I'm just gonna wait till the whole thing's out," because this doesn't seem like a good episodic experience.
I don't know what they're... I thought this was going to be like Splatoon. Back when it was coming out in December, I thought this would be spend $60, download this thing, and throughout the year, new stuff comes out.
Stuff, yeah.
And I guess something happened where they both delayed it and needed to reconfigure how it was set up.
This just seems to me like the next evolution of AAA games. Like, this is probably exactly what's going to happen with Final Fantasy VII, too. Or the remake of Final Fantasy VII.
Yeah.
Because, I don't know, it's so expensive to make AAA games. What I'm guessing they're banking on is to just get a little bit of money here and there to be like, okay, spend, because it's basically like a pre-order, but this is a way to get more pre-orders, because they'll have a little bit of the game ready, it'll be $15, and then people will like it, and then more people will put down the season pass $50 to get everything all at once.
It seems like it was not thought out well. It seems like they had a business meeting, but nobody sat there and said, "Well, why would consumers keep buying something? Like, they're just going to buy it $15 and think it's a $15 game." Like, the consumer kind of temperature is always negative and really like cold to these kind of games when games do this. So it just seems weird to me.
It's very odd.
Like, I am all for, like, I know people hate DLC, and I know people hate kind of how AAA games are trying to change and add in free-to-play stuff, but they got to make that money. Like, AAA games are expensive, and they haven't gone up in price in years, and they need to find an alternative, but this doesn't feel like a good one.
This is, like, needlessly confusing on the back end.
It's a bit too complex.
Yeah, it seems like someone strung all this payment plan together with red strings, like, "Don't worry, it'll work."
Yeah, it's still a bit away, so if they just release like a simplified infographic of like, this is what you get, this is what this costs, I think it would be better to visualize it. But reading it out and like a sentence like, or you can get this, or you can get this, it's just kind of, fuck, dude, I don't want any of that. I don't know what you're talking about right now. Like,
This is a weird one, but I think the way that they did it with that Fatal Frame game on the Wii U was a pretty good idea. Where it was like the first
sell bikinis, little girls in bikinis.
No.
Oh,
Agent 47 bikini skins coming soon.
I'd buy it.
Yeah, no, that's an idea. But no, like they put out the
Shake
first...
your ass, Agent.
No, they put out the first like 3 episodes for free.
That sounded more like Crackdown.
I know. When I thought it in my head, I was like, "This is just Crackdown."
And then they put the rest of the game out as DLC for like $40-$50 or something like that.
Put your bikini on, Agent.
And I mean, like, to be fair, I feel like that would be impossible for what Hitman's trying to do here, because it seems like they're trying to like recoup some of the money, so that way they can actually finish making this game.
That's exactly. Maybe at some point in development they realized, oh, this won't be ready by the end of the year. We need at least another year. And Square said, how about
if you put out most of it now and just put the rest of it out as we go?
Okay, sure. And then they got to like whenever that delay was, and they said it won't even be ready for December. And said, how about March?
Yeah, this whole thing just sounds like AAA game development is way too fucking expensive now, way too difficult, and I don't know, I feel really bad for developers, but this is just really weird, and I can't see this really succeeding, you know?
I hope it's good. Like, I want alternative models for AAA gaming, because consumers assume too often that $60 pays like everything. They just kind of assume that the used market is drying up, or digital is, like they just assume that developers are fat cats and are making all the money, and publishers are trying to get more, or just really greedy. And it's like, no, in some cases they're actually just trying to make money. Like they're trying to make it. Like there's a reason there's Kickstarters at the wazoo for developers that didn't used to need them. It's because they need them now. So I hope they can get their act together and explain this better than kind of how they have been. But because the idea of pay this amount of money, get this base game, and then here are huge add-ons, kind of like an MMO or like PC expansions used to be, that sounds great. If all I have to do is pay $40 and I get a pretty good Hitman game, and it doesn't have all the content that would always be in a Hitman game, and I just pay $20 for more and more and more and more stuff, I'm down for that. But
so you're saying kind of like the Destiny model by the time The Taken King came out?
Yeah, by the time they figured out what the fuck they're doing and then completely reversed it and said, we're just going to release little stuff from now on.
Yeah, these models, they don't seem scummy, they seem awkward to me. Like
Destiny's weird because Destiny's already based on like a slot machine effect.
Yeah.
So if you told me here's Hitman, it's $40. It has 8 levels or 8 areas, and we will update the game between now and our next expansion, and in those updates we'll add new guys to kill, new weapons, new skins, all this stuff. And maybe you can earn in-game currency, which I know people fucking frighten at, but maybe you can earn in-game currency and unlock some of that stuff. And some of these updates should be free, because people love that. And then the expansion's $20 or $30 or whatever it needs to be, and it's just more levels and more of that stuff. You could do a Splatoon, charge money for it, as long as that first game is worth the money, is worth the $60 or $40, and just start releasing stuff and charging for it. So you can have expansions, it's just nobody does it. Or, well, I guess kind of Witcher does that. In fact, that's exactly what Witcher does. So just be like The Witcher 3. One of the biggest AAA games to come out last year. Just do that.
Yeah.
Collect your bikini spheres, Agent.
That bikini sphere is getting away, Agent. Fuck, the agility spheres that moved around, those were shit.
Where's Crackdown?
Struggling.
That's one of my 10 games that won't come out this year.
No, that's right. Go read Michael's thing right there on the site.
Editorial thing right there.
Editorial.
Thanks.
Yeah, his thing. The thing that he worked on.
That thing I wrote that
game is going to come out one frame at a time the way it looks. I don't trust that cloud computing for the destruction. Like it looks sketchy as all get out.
I mean, if like Microsoft's bullshit is to be believed, that cloud computing thing has been around since they introduced the console. It's just people were like, that was part of the basis of their always online was, here's our console, these are its specs, but don't worry about that because it's always online, and every game you put in will offload some of that computing to the cloud and make it even better. And that was part of the reason for all that, and nobody listened to that. Everyone just heard used game stuff, while also complaining about how expensive games are and how publishers want to take all their money. They're spending all their money in used games, so none of their money even goes to those publishers. So that was like part of it. And so that's my question of like, if you can't guarantee all those consoles are online, how can you cloud compute this game? Or if someone doesn't have great internet connection, how does this cloud compute anything? Mm-hmm. So, like if I'm on a 56K modem, what is getting cloud computed? Everything.
I'd be impressed if you can get a 56K connection, like, in the continental U.S. I'm sure somewhere out in the way backwoods is probably still pushing it, but...
There's still a lot of dial-up in the U.S.
Wow.
Like, a lot.
Alright, so... Am I really not allowed to talk about the fucking hilarious Duke Nukem thing that happened?
Fine, fucking talk about... Yeah, let's talk about Duke Nukem and conservative Republicans. Great. Great.
Hand in hand.
Great. Yeah, okay. Go ahead. Why don't you talk about how white the Oscars are this year? Really fucking round out some fucking great conversation pieces. People love getting angry.
Look, I just wanted to point out something funny that happened this week. I'm sorry... Okay.
Donald Trump still exists. Isn't that hilarious, guys? Huh? He's getting more popular.
Next?
He's even more popular and racist. Oh, that's hilarious.
Look.
No, go ahead. Go ahead. I'm going to be quiet for this.
Michael, I feel like you're actually upset. I'm a little worried. I won't talk about this if this actually upsets
No, go
you.
ahead. No. Talk about Donald Trump and Duke Nukem. No, go ahead.
I don't...
Go ahead.
I've got walls of steel.
Go ahead.
No,
Go ahead.
I don't...
Pull the trigger, John.
I don't know if I should now.
Pull the trigger, Piglet.
I'm a little uncomfortable now. I don't...
Well, now you've hyped it up so much, you kind of have to.
Yeah. You promised it.
I mean, we could just cut it out. I'm not gonna...
Nope.
I'm not gonna do it if it's...
Nope.
Like...
Oh, if we're keeping my flubs in, you gotta drop this like it's hot.
Mm-hmm. Here we go. All right, here we go. Jonathan with breaking news about John St. John. Over to the Jonathan in the news center.
Do your best David Letterman not giving a crap impression about this.
I don't want to now.
Now I'm going to read it. Now I'm going to read it.
No, I'll
Now I'm going to find it. I'm going to find it. I'm going to read it. I'm going to be enthusiastic.
I have it right here. I'll read it.
No, I'm fine. It's on Kotaku. I'm clicking it. You better start.
All right, so John St. John, you all know him, you love him as the guy who voices Duke Nukem, everyone's favorite boy.
Yep.
So I guess he was going to get hired to do an ad campaign for who he claims is the Republican Party's leading candidate for president. Now, mind you, that could have been Donald Trump, it could have been Ted Cruz. Because Ted Cruz is also a leader in the field.
Those are both really good choices.
So, there you go. But he was asked to do an ad campaign for them, and he turned it down. Because he just didn't want to do it. It was against his politics. But in that same post, he mentioned that he is recording a new video game today, so let's see what happens.
I didn't even know that part. Now I'm really sad.
Yeah, that's the part that I really wanted to bring up. That he's in Bombshell. So he's still getting work, and here's the thing also to remember: John St. John also plays Big the Cat in Sonic the Hedgehog, and there's been a lot of talk of a new Sonic game, so he might just be playing Big the Cat in Sonic 25th Anniversary or whatever.
Sonic Dreams Collection 2 coming soon.
Yeah. this Polygon article that I'm reading, they also point out that he's in Guild Wars 2 and Dota 2. So who knows? Maybe he's just like doing some more stuff for Dota or something. Or he could be doing Duke Nukem 5.
How about Duke Nukem 5 and a new Sonic game? Let's just double down on the bullshit.
Duke Nukem Cross Sonic.
There you go. 2 games that were never fun.
Exactly.
Hail to the king, Froggy.
God. They should release an expansion for Sonic Dreams Collection, or just make their own standalone Sonic Dreams Collection, but for Duke Nukem.
Duke Dreams Collection?
Duke Dreams Collection.
Starring John Machonsky.
It's just a hazy strip club.
Just a bunch of audio from our podcasts, because that's all we talk about.
Look, I'm gonna mention something though, that because Ryan spent money on something that he really should not have, and he sent me a collection of Duke Nukem comics for Christmas. And I want to tell you some of the funny things about this collection of comics here, and by funny I mean dreadful. For some reason, the lot of comics that he bought from eBay or whatever, it had 3 copies of number 2 in this collection for some reason. So I have like 3 of issue number 2. There's a part where Duke Nukem, it's like for some reason Duke Nukem gets teleported to World War II to fight aliens, and he's in this group of people, and one of them is he's a black guy from America, and he dies, and as he's dying, as he's bleeding out, he pulls Duke aside, and he's like, Duke, tell me, you're from the future, does it get better for black people? And Duke goes, yeah, dude, there's this guy in the future who, like, goes to the White House and protests and makes things better for black people without shooting any bullets. And the guy goes, what's his name, Duke? And Duke goes, his name's King. And then the guy goes, oh, hail to the king, baby, and then dies. And that actually happens in that comic book. And then another thing that happens in that comic book is right before Duke Nukem goes back to the future, he stops by Hitler's compound, and that's why Hitler killed himself, because Duke Nukem was there.
So you mean to tell me Hail to the King, baby comes from Martin Luther King Jr.?
In the comic book, yes.
Well, that's just canon now, isn't it?
Yeah, I guess so, yeah.
Well, it's good to know that Duke Nukem believes in progressive thoughts, I think.
He could probably treat women a little bit better, but...
One thing at a time, dude.
Could he?
Like,
should he is a different question.
Yes.
Yeah, should he is obvious, but could he?
I don't think it's physically possible for him.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
Like, he just sees women and he's just like, sex is this.
I don't think he sees women.
Yeah, he just sees
I think he just sees like boobs.
Yeah, boobs in a hole. That's all he sees. He's like, all right, let's go.
The hole is his soul. It's the hole where his soul should be.
God. But yeah, no, those comics fucking suck, and I'm so upset that Ryan spent money on them, but I don't know, I'm also very glad that I got to, like, witness it. Because, like, I read that page with the Hail to the King baby part, and, like, I dropped, like, I haven't, like, full on, like, in shock, dropped something out of my hands in a long time, and I did that. Like, I dropped the comic, I sat there, mouth agape, I was like, holy fuck, they really did that. It was... And I think the icing on this shit cake is that the last page of every one of those comics is an ad for Duke Nukem Forever, because I guess those comics came out to coincide with that game. So, there you go.
Great.
Yeah.
This has been Effective Strategies for Advertising 101.
Alright, so Michael, would you like to read the questions that we have received?
No.
Okay, well, could you please do it anyway?
I guess.
Okay.
You can send questions at podcast@videogamechoochoo.com, or you can go to videogamechoochoo.tumblr.com/ask.
Yes, you got it.
Ask.
Put that K in there, son.
Ask.
I'll show
Okay.
you where to put a K.
Sketchy Jeff is back and asks, "It's me, that guy. Unfortunately, my conscience won't allow me to buy Brink, but thanks for the MGS info.
You're welcome.
You piece of shit. You can't even buy Brink for me?" Yeah, you probably should. On another note, what are some good animes to watch in the current/upcoming season? Looking at you, John Lee. Anything Dragon Ball Z. Just go back and watch Dragon Ball Z. You can go back and watch Dragon Ball, but it's kind of just goofy. And then you watch Dragon Ball GT and not understand any of it.
Well, I think Dragon Ball Super is coming back like in the spring season. So if you do want to watch more Dragon Ball stuff, that'll be there.
Digimon's alright.
You should watch
Have you-
that Hajime no Ippo.
Michael, have you actually seen the new Digimon movie? I've heard it's good.
Yu-Gi-Oh's not bad.
They're also coming out with the new Yu-Gi-Oh movie.
Pokemon? Is there any anime that's dead that I can talk about?
No, anime never dies.
Alright, well,
But,
don't
okay,
watch
so-
anime.
All right, so to actually answer the question,
High School of the Dead.
no, don't watch that. Do not. Yeah, if we're gonna talk about like heinous animes with like,
It's all heinous.
okay, you're right, but
To let everyone know, High School of the Dead is about high school students who are fighting zombies. Also, their clothes constantly are just like off, and their boobs bounce everywhere. It's
Did-
The
terrible.
one
okay.
slow-mo shotgun scene immediately came to mind.
yeah, okay, so you mentioned that scene where like she uses her boobs to like dodge the sniper bullet. There's a scene in a currently airing anime that's like, I don't know if it's worse than that, but it's like on par. Because there's a scene in, I don't remember what the name of the show is, but this, like, I've just seen this getting passed around because people are like, okay, the anime is over. This is the worst thing I've ever seen. They have to, like, the main characters are playing limbo for some reason, and the girl's boobs are too big to go underneath the limbo bar. But what she does is, and I swear to God, she starts, like, gyrating, so her boobs, like, go, like, around the limbo bar somehow. Like I don't know how to, like, it's the craziest shit.
Alright, I have a question.
Yeah?
What's worse, Duke Nukem or anime?
I can't answer that. I can't answer that. I don't know. It's just... But no, to actually answer your question, I'm not watching anything this season at all. Like, I'm a little interested in some stuff here and there, but not enough to... not enough to pull the trigger on anything. I kind of want to see One Punch Man from last season. I didn't watch that.
Right, somebody recommended that to me.
Yeah, I'll probably get around to that because I've read like a bit of the manga and I really like that, so I'm gonna watch that. But
The cool thing about that is they're very faithful to a lot of the crazier moments of the manga. Like,
that's good.
yeah, so you'll recognize a bunch of stuff frame by frame. It looks really good.
Okay, I'll watch that. But then I'm not really interested in anything from this season. But next season, I'm very excited. Because in April, there's the new part of JoJo, Part 4, which I'm just watching the anime, so, but I'm really interested in Part 4. Then they're doing an anime adaptation of Phoenix Wright, and Phoenix Wright is one of my favorite game series ever, so I'm really looking forward to that, even though, I know everything that's going to happen. I'm still just excited to see it in full motion. And they're doing an anime adaptation of the My Hero Academia manga, which is a really good manga, which is a show... It's like reverse X-Men. It's pretty neat. It's about, like, this kid who lives in a world where, like, 90% of the population has superpowers, but, like, 80% of them have, like, really small ones. Like, oh, I can lift things that are, like, 10 pounds with my mind. But there's still, like, 10% of, like, actual superheroes, and then he somehow gets his own powers, and, just stuff happens. And it's interesting. It's cool, but... I don't want to spoil anything of it, but it is really good. So I would say look to that. Like, really, I would say that's the one thing that I would recommend you check out in the new season, because JoJo, you kind of have to know JoJo already, and Phoenix Wright is just an adaptation. Like, you should just play those games. But, yeah, I would say My Hero Academia should be the anime that you should check out.
Devin, you watching any anime?
I'm just catching up on a bunch of old stuff, like Hajime no Ippo. I'm getting into Berserk, finally.
Okay.
Yeah, I already know a lot of the major points of that one, but I still kind of want to see it.
The only thing I know about Berserk is that they got on a boat and then the anime went on hiatus for like 10 years.
He's been on that boat for like 10 years, yeah.
Yeah.
And
It's a 3-hour tour.
Yeah. Ginger Lee's there, whatever her name is. Ginger Ann?
I couldn't tell you.
Oh, man.
Ginger.
Ginger, it's just Ginger?
Yeah.
And Marianne.
V-Star, Marianne, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
The Professor and Marianne, here on Gilligan's Island. And the original few seasons, I forget how many, they just used to say, and the rest.
Just like, don't worry about it.
For the Professor and Marianne. It was like, and like 2 others.
So there you have it, folks. Don't watch anime, watch Gilligan's Island.
Watch Gilligan's Island and MASH.
Yes.
Those are the best anime.
Do watch MASH. That is the most anime thing ever.
And Speed Racer.
The movie.
Go Speed Racer. No, the fucking anime.
Oh, dude. The movie's really good.
Watch both.
There you go.
Yeah. Okay, so next question.
Sketchy Jeff also asks in a separate question, I can't remember if I already sent a question, but here's one anyway. Feel free to ignore it if I have.
We're not going to ignore it. We're going to answer it.
Yep. I want to buy a handheld, but I'm worried that the Vita, even though it has games I want to play, like Danganronpa, Persona, etc., is at the end of its cycle. I'm also worried that the 3DS is going to be outmoded soon by either a new model or the looming NX. Any advice?
Let me just go ahead and put that to bed for you. The Vita is pretty much dead.
Yeah.
They're both dead.
Yeah.
Like, 3DS is still going to get some support, and probably the Vita will get some ports. You know what? The best thing to do is to, whichever one has the games you want to play, buy it. See if you can get a used one. Maybe you can get that PlayStation TV thing.
Yeah, I was going to say, like, most of the games that you would want to play on the Vita that are, like, big, like, your Danganronpas, your Personas, all that stuff, that you could play that on PS TV, and if you wait until there's, like, a sale or something, you can get a PS TV for, like, $20.
Yeah.
So, you know, like, and also, I don't know if the sale will still be going on by the time this comes out, but there's a sale going on right now, and, like, both Danganronpa games are, like, $30 if you buy them both at once right now. So you could get, like, a PS TV and both Danganronpa games for the price of basically a full AAA game right now. Like,
you could also probably get a lot of those games cheap or used somewhere. So
yeah. And,
I think a PST, like, do your research. A PS TV doesn't play every Vita game, so be careful.
Yeah.
The only way to be sure is to buy a Vita, but then you have to deal with, like, SD cards and stuff, so PS Vita might be the best way to go.
Well, unless you get a certain bundle, you have to get a memory card anyway, because it takes the same ones. You got to get the Sony SD cards, but...
Fuck that, get a 3DS then.
Yeah, pretty much, because they come with, like, 4 or 8 gig cards.
And also, like, the other thing with the 3DS is that, like, if you don't care about, like, having the clamshell, the 2DS is perfectly fine, and you can get those for, like, $90.
Yeah, the 3D is interesting, and some games use it well, but it's never necessary. In fact, there are certain games where I will play with the 3D, and then about, like, at most an hour, I'm turning it off.
Yeah, like,
I play it with it at least halfway. That's about as most as I ever go.
I actually can't use the 3D. It gives me a headache, so...
Yeah, it'll make me queasy after a while. So, whichever one has the games you want. Like, that's the only reason to ever buy a console of any kind, is to look at the games and go, like, I want to play those games. So, it sounds like the Vita is the way to go for him.
Yeah, like...
For Sketchy Jeff.
Yeah, like, if you feel like you are super interested in Danganronpa and Persona and all that... Just, look into a Vita, see if you can find a cheap PS TV, but if you really want it to be portable, a Vita is still a good option. Because, if you get PS Plus, there's a good amount of, like, smaller indie games that you can get that are pretty fun. There's a lot of good ports that you can play PS1 games on the Vita. Like,
especially if you have a PlayStation 3 or PlayStation 4 and you already have that stuff, you might as like if you already have PS Plus, just grab a Vita.
There's a lot of cross-buy and cross-save stuff you can pick up pretty easily.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it'll. Is there cross-save on PS4?
Yeah.
Does that stuff work? Can you use it as a controller?
Yes, that's what the remote. There's like a remote function. It's kind of interesting. The best experience I had with that was Spelunky. Like, it works pretty well as a Spelunky machine, but like a lot of games, it's very, very non-responsive.
Yeah, I remember a friend of mine was using it on his PS3, and we were playing PlayStation All-Stars, and he would say, like, he would just look up at the TV because there was some lag, and he was playing, like, in the room with it, so.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it sounds like you want a Vita, but if you can wait, like, if 3DS is what you're leaning towards, just wait until E3-ish. And worst that happens is prices just keep going down.
Yeah, like I could see the 3DS's price going down like once the NX gets announced, because all these rumors are pointing to the NX having at least a handheld component.
I mean, technically the Wii U does, so who knows what that means? But yeah,
we'll see.
It seems like it. Last question. Let me refresh.
Inbox Champ from Mask here.
Mask asks, I'm going to read the whole thing because I think there's more than one question.
Okay.
Hey, so I just got a single question, 2016. I'm going to ease you into this question barrage. So here's the question. What's like the worst fucking VR thing you can think of that's probably going to happen? VR Pac-Man? VR Five Nights at Freddy's? VR Angry Birds? Actually, that'd be fucking rad. Actually, fuck that question. That question is a weak one. Here's one. What are your thoughts on how gaming as a whole fared in 2015 as far as the culture, the scene, the community? And what do you think still needs improvement?
All right, so those are two questions.
Yeah, the second one was not all caps. That's why it got calm.
Yes, but so to answer the first one, what's the worst? Okay, yeah, let's all pick what's the worst thing you think could happen with VR. Because see, the crazy thing is he said VR Five Nights at Freddy's, and I think that's like the best possible way to play that game. If you like that kind of game,
that could really make some people sick, though.
I've got my answer.
Isn't your head on a swivel pretty consistently?
I guess. I don't know. But, yeah, Michael, what's your worst VR thing they could do?
The worst thing that could happen to VR, if it's an open platform, is pornography of terrible ilk.
That's a given. That is an absolute given.
I don't mean pornography. I'm all for pornography. I am pro-pornography. I mean pornography of terrible ilk.
Yes.
Like
I think I know where you're coming from.
Yeah. So that's the worst thing that will happen to VR. Because it already exists. There's already pornography for that stuff. So
we just
that's
need it
the worst
to be
thing.
Not terrible.
Just imagine VR a year from now, and it's starting to get real big. PlayStation VR's out, Vive's out. Oculus is starting to get out there as like the top of the line. Just imagine like a fucking Fox News report or like a local news report of some 16-year-old kid or some adult getting their hands in VR, being an idiot, downloading pornography and downloading the wrong kind of pornography. And then, like, child exposed to, child pornography through VR, Oculus to blame. Like, that's a real fucking killer to that industry real quick.
Yeah, I mean, I just feel like that, like, not to be like, oh, we're way too reactionary these days, but, I feel like that would be an unfair assessment for VR, because I feel like stuff like that, like, can and probably did happen back in the day for like a VCR and stuff like that when that started to happen. And because people were talking about how like porn revolutionizes things in a way, like VCR DVD got its start with porn basically, and that might be what happens with VR. And I don't know, I can't see something like super disgusting happening in VR that quick, but I don't know. I mean, at least I hope not, obviously.
Well, you look at those original PlayStation camera streams that happened on the PS4. There was some pretty nasty stuff happening, and that kind of got dredged up a little bit, and then.
I mean, none of that was like illegal.
No.
Like it was. I mean, maybe because it was being broadcast out, but it was like. Oh well, I guess some of it might have been.
There was some
stories.
illegal substances for sure.
Oh well, that's welcome to the world.
Yeah,
there was some like
that's just fun stuff.
Yeah, there was some like I think it was like a guy and his wife was drunk or
she
asleep.
was passed out. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
it can go.
goes
It can
out.
get dark real quick, and it's a shame because it's never like PlayStation camera when they were designing that they thought, oh, this will be cool. Like they never imagined like potential sexual assaults happen. Like I can't imagine that was on the drawing board.
I mean, I don't know. I'm not that worried about stuff like that.
No, I don't think it would like derail the industry. I just think that like you want to. What's the worst fucking thing that can happen to VR? And that's it.
I mean, yeah. Man, that's a pretty super serious.
He asked the question.
dark
I answered it.
When he's just like, man, what if they made Angry Birds for VR? Wouldn't that suck? And you're just like, hey, what if someone fucking films themselves killing like 6 kids and then they made a VR game with it? Like, relax.
Dude,
a little bit.
Hatred VR.
We just want to talk about Goat Simulator. Dang.
Yeah, fuck
God
Michael,
damn it.
Jesus.
Okay, that's worse. Goat Simulator VR. That's much worse.
Yeah, Goat Simulator is a little worse than like Genocide.
Except for the Goat Simulator VR trailer, which just yell at you. Listen,
God.
fucker, $50. Goat Simulator VR. Just give me money.
Oy. All right. Well, I think we should just move on from that question.
Part 2.
God, I don't know. I don't even know if we're gonna keep that in there because that's a little too dark.
Oh, it's fine.
Okay,
It's necessary.
Okay. So yeah, how do y'all feel like gaming as a culture has improved or otherwise?
I think 2015 had a lot of games coming from diverse places.
Yeah.
Like consoles, PCs, indie games, like things you download from someone's website. Like I really liked that things just came from like at you from every direction. Like, oh, this thing's out of early access now. Like, oh shit.
And there's this, just on a diversity note, there were a lot of games this year that I wouldn't say they were like high profile, but there were a lot of games from like 1 or 2 person teams that were very personal that got like a good amount of attention, and
Sure, yeah.
you have your like Sybils, your We Know the Devils, like stuff like that wouldn't get any kind of attention a couple years ago, and now these days it's a very like legitimate release, and people are able to talk about these games, and some of them even get brought up during like website Game of the Year conversations. That's really cool.
Yeah.
It's nice to see all that stuff.
Yeah, We Know the Devil just got pushed for Steam Greenlight, so it's getting a lot of traction. Like a lot of these, like you said, homegrown games, like very, very personal games, are getting pushed forward, which is always appreciated.
Sure.
And then they're all like present different experiences. Like Sybil, Her Story, Undertale, We Know the Devil. Like these are all games made by just a few people, and in some cases one, like John said, and they all give you. They aren't this power fantasy, I'm going to kill everything in this room, I'm going to take over this base. They're unique individual experiences, and some of them are incredible, and like all of them are incredible and kind of very moving. It's great that can be mainstream almost. Like it feels very mainstream, at least from our perspective sometimes. Like it's great that suddenly just is almost not everywhere, but is more out there. And it's kind of like the Minecraft model. Like Minecraft's the ideal of that, of this weird thing that a few people make, and now it's on store shelves. Like some of those games will never get up to that, but there's the path, So
Yeah. So I mean, I don't know. Like it's a bit tough to say that the games industry, or I feel like the games industry is evolving. You can't really say that the games like community is evolving, because there's always those people that are going to fight against any kind of progression. But I don't know, like just over this past year, and then even the beginning of this year with, like, That Dragon Cancer coming out, something that is so personal. Like, something like that would have never been able to make any kind of, like, ripple in this industry, like, a couple years ago, but now this game is coming out, and it's this, like, not a gigantic deal, like, obviously not, but, you know, like, it's getting pretty mainstream coverage, and people are talking about something that's very, very personal, and, you know, like, I think that is a huge step forward for games as a medium, as an art form. Like, I think games are better than they've ever been,
yeah,
from, like, a cultural standpoint, and I feel like it's only going to go further. It's
really cool to be able to, like, my girlfriend doesn't play almost any video games. She has a Wii. I think she's got, like, 3 or 4 games for it. It's cool to be able to sit down one day and show her, look at this crazy game. It's called Her Story. It is just a Google search bar, essentially. And then the next day show her, look at this crazy game. It's 60 days. It's not 60 days. 80 days is the game I'm thinking of, but 60 seconds. You have to collect stuff from your house and survive a nuclear apocalypse in a bunker. And all you do is click on, like, the diversity of experiences is incredible. And then the next day I can just show her, like, The Witcher 3, and I'm going to kill this monster with my sword. Like, that fantasy experience is so traditional. And then to be able to show her just this entire thing of, no, things are really, really different than they were 5 years ago, 10 years ago, 20 years ago. And that's so cool. And it's also partly because there are ways to introduce those games. You know, 5 years ago, how would you get your indie game out there? Your website. You know, and maybe if you got lucky on Xbox 360. But now it's, you know, PS4 is the champion of getting indie ports. Gone Home just came to Xbox One and PS4 somehow.
Yeah.
Like, that stuff would have never happened 10 years ago. It's kind of crazy that it does now. So, what needs improvement? Let's end this dark. Let's end this. Let's go very dark.
Well, I sure think that people need to stop. Well, no, I mean, I don't know. Like, of course.
Let's be positive. Let's not be like, because the first thing I thought of was fandoms, but I'm not going to go that way. I have a better.
No, that's. I mean, that's a little shitty, you know. Like, I mean, fandoms are always going to be fandoms.
Yeah, you can't, like, that's not something, like, there's fandoms, and that's not just a video game thing.
Yeah, and I mean, like, you know, there's obviously, like, shitty parts of fandoms that need to get, like, stamped out that are just doing really gross shit, but, you know, just, like, the overexcitable, like, young kids, like, I don't want to stamp that out. Like,
sure.
They're just having fun.
But, yeah, they let them love John Cena.
Sure.
Yeah, just do what I do and block all of that on Tumblr.
Yeah, you know, like, that'll be fine. But no, I mean, I don't know, like, we are making, like, I mentioned that we are making strides in diversity, and I feel like, you know, that, like, that is something that could just continue to improve, you know? Like, we'll get these more personal, these more, you know, diverse games out there and give them the attention they deserve. And, you know, like, that's, like, the attention that we can give it, you know, like, there's a point where, you know, like, as a straight white dude, like, I don't know how, like, if my take's important at times, but, you know, like, I'm still really glad that those games can come out, and I definitely want them to keep coming out, you know?
I think there needs to be more... There needs to be better ways of presenting those games to other people.
Yeah.
Because I think a lot of times people are angry if you don't find certain games. It's like, yo, I check 15 to 20 different websites a day and I read as much as I can. Like, there's not much else I can do, and they're not all Kotakus and GameSpots. So there's only so much I can do, and I follow over 200 people on Twitter now. Like, there's only so much I can do.
Sure.
So I think if more people were willing to, you know, share their stuff and share their experiences and share the games that they like and do it in a more positive way rather than... Because it's sometimes, like... And I don't just mean this from our perspective. I see it on forums a lot. I see people just kind of attack others. Like, what do you mean you didn't like that game? Or what do you mean you've never played it? Oh, then you can't talk. And it's like... Or people who just look at a game, they've never played it, they barely heard of it, and just don't want to touch it. You know, the opposite's true, where people just shun stuff they've never even heard of. And I think there just needs to be like, no, let's just lower the importance of playing a game for 5 minutes. Mm-hmm. Like, I know games can be expensive, but, you know, let's kind of lower the bar of like, how about we just all have and share cool experiences?
Yeah.
Video games, y'all. Like, I think some of that needs to be toned down.
Yeah, I gotcha. But, well, yeah, and I mean, of course, we have to keep making strides to, try to stop harassment of people for their opinions and who they are,
there needs to be more opinions shared and more experiences shared, not less.
Yeah, that's a good way to put that. Yeah, let's get more opinions out there. That is a positive spin.
Not more of the same.
Yeah, exactly.
More different opinions.
Yes, more diverse opinions out there. That is something that we definitely need as an industry. That is a good, positive way of putting it. Yeah. Yes.
And I think that kind of comes from all sorts of aspects, not just from the games being made, the way they're covered, like the way that people respond to them. Yeah. Like, there's only so much that we can say for how a community responds to a game. Like you can only measure that as it comes out or as it builds up steam. But, sure. What we've seen with a lot of these smaller games kind of cropping up is encouragement. Like Undertale, the one thing I will give Undertale is a lot of people just straight out enjoyed that game and tell Toby Fox or tell their friends all the time that it was fun. And I think that's what Michael was kind of touching on, is just instead of really diving deep into it and really trying to get your life out of it, just saying, I had fun with this experience. I enjoyed it. Thank you for making it. More, please.
Yeah, support the people who make those things, and don't get angry at them, and don't get angry at people who don't play it. Just be positive about the thing you play. If you actually like something and you like it a lot, your response to people who haven't played it or haven't gotten around to it shouldn't be negative. Then it should be more positive. No, really, this is really fun. You should get around to it. Not, oh, well, you suck because you didn't play this game. No, be positive about things. Encourage people to play them. It's you see it a lot with The Witcher 3. Mm-hmm. People who didn't finish The Witcher 3, people would go after them of oh, then how can you say it's that you didn't like it? Well, if you play a couple hours of a game, you can be pretty strong to say if you liked it or not.
Yeah.
You don't need to. Some people don't need to finish War and Peace to say it's boring or it's great. I don't know why video games fit into that unique thing of well, I watched 30 minutes of this movie and I thought it was boring, so I stopped. I don't know why video games are so unique to oh, you need to finish this 80-hour experience to say if you loved it or not. Mm-hmm. So I think people should just be overall really more positive.
Sure.
And talk more about wrestling.
No, we are not. No.
That's my improvement. And I take my answer back. People need to stop caring about wrestling. Across the industry, just kind of take it back a notch, man.
But Kalisto just lost the United States Championship after he just won it. Why would they do that?
That's why you shouldn't care. Give up on it.
They do that, but he's so good, and he's gone. He's separated from Sin Cara, so he's even better now.
No, listen,
and him and Del Rio can put on a lot of matches, really good ones. So maybe that's it. Maybe they'll go back and forth because Del Rio's, he's wrestled a lot of that lucha style. So it'd be really good to see him go back and forth. Maybe Royal Rumble, that'll be the match.
Stop.
Ladder match for the United States Championship, Kalisto Del Rio.
Stop.
And you think the Royal Rumble will be different since it's going to be for the championship?
It's going to keep going.
You think Roman Reigns will win?
Let's end this shit.
I think someone else wins, and then they face Roman Reigns.
Stop, Michael.
And then they do something special for
Let him have it so that he doesn't do this on any other podcast. Let's let him just because he's
Do you think Undertaker retires this year?
I hope. You know what I hope retires? I hope you retire from this bit.
And then, Steve Austin is going to be back with The Rock, both at WrestleMania.
They're so old.
Do you think they'll bring back the beer truck? I don't think
Steve Austin... I don't think he has knees anymore.
No.
I think he's 4 foot. He's 4'5".
Okay, all right. Let's stop.
Do you think The Rock will wrestle? Who do you think Brock Lesnar fights?
I don't know.
Brock Lesnar, please. Kevin Owens.
Stop.
He fights the tattoo artist who gave him that sword tattoo.
Yeah, please. Let's stop. Please. Okay. This has been another episode of the Video Game Choo Choo Podcast. All right. We have a review up for Amplitude that Ryan wrote. Go check that out.
It's really good.
It is a very good review. Very interesting, his take on that game. we should have some more reviews up as time goes on. We're getting, like I said, we're getting codes. We're getting stuff to talk about coming up soon.
That Dragon Cancer should either have a review or it will be up very shortly.
Yes. What else?
I am reviewing. I think I'm reviewing the Tower of Monsters. Is that what it's called?
Deadly Tower of Monsters.
Yes, that one.
Yes.
A B movie experience.
Yeah. And we'll see what other codes we get. Should we announce what we're doing for one of our video series? Maybe?
Sure. Civ 5 stream coming soon.
Yeah.
24 hours straight.
Mm-hmm.
No, that's definitely not going to happen.
What's like the longest time when you could do like marathon? Let's just do that.
Marathon will take you probably 14, depending on how far you want to go.
No, let's not do that.
Let's do that.
I mean, we could do a Civ 5 stream sometime. We're probably gonna do a Ride the Rails of some sort this week. We didn't do it last week just because I was kind of lazy, but we'll do one this upcoming week. And the other thing I wanted to announce is another video series that I don't know exactly when we're gonna get started on this, but I wanted to announce it so that way
soon.
it would. Should we not announce this yet? Or
no, I'm saying we should start it. We should start doing that soon.
Okay. So yeah, I'm just gonna announce this now, so we actually have to do it. We're gonna do a Let's Play.
That is not what we're calling it.
Yeah, we have a name. Let's save the name of our Let's Play series thing.
Is it the one I did
for the video? I don't remember. Maybe.
Sure, I don't know.
But I will announce what game we're gonna be playing and who's gonna be on it. It's gonna be me and Michael.
Yeah.
And we're gonna play through Spyro the Dragon.
Aw.
Because that's one of my favorite games. And I just, I felt like I could do a good job playing it, and, Michael and I have good chemistry, Michael can berate me for playing a children's game.
Which Skylanders? Do you have Chop Chop?
I don't have any Skylanders.
Well, how are you going to play the Spyro game?
It's not that one. It's
is it the Giants one?
No, it's...
Swap Force?
Nope. Not those.
Drobot?
That's not one of the games. That's one of the characters.
Drobot for president.
Sure, but it's Spyro the Dragon for the PS1. We're gonna do a whole Let's Play of that.
Yep, that'll be good. That'll be all right.
Yeah, I hope so too. And we're already talking about other games to play, so we'll keep doing them as we go. But
one at a time, though.
Yes,
for now
it'll be one at a time. We'll have different people on different games. Mm-hmm. But for now, it'll be Michael and I doing Spyro.
That'll be separate to Ride the Rails.
Yeah, and then we've also been throwing around some other ideas, like maybe we might do a retro game show, maybe we're going to do a bad game show. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, Ride the Rails will not be weekly anymore. It'll be when Ride the Rails will be more modern, current video games, something that just came out that we want to showcase what is this game?
Yeah, so maybe next week won't be Ride the Rails then, because I'm playing an old, dumb, bad game, so...
That might be the old, dumb, bad game series then.
Yeah, then that might be the first in that series, because I want to surprise y'all with the game that we're playing, but...
Great.
All I'm going to say is, God bless, everyone. God bless.
Yeah, great. I like being scared.
Alright, well, thanks for listening, everybody. We will talk at you next week. Another episode of the Video Game Choo Choo Podcast.
And the New Day lost, I think. So
okay, all right.
If they don't have the titles, then why would I even watch
Stop.
wrestling?